Hey everyone, this is CeeCee once again for another 100 Artworks Challenge video. And this is my process for number 2 of 100 cityscapes. And as per previous, I'm using DVD inserts and I'm preparing my surface with Collage Page. This is the matte one, to glue down text paper from an old dictionary. And while I was gluing this down, it dawned on me that I have to be careful as to which page I'm choosing, because on that paper in particular, there were kind of like some racy, inappropriate words, and I don't know who's watching my video, so I have to be careful. So I've removed the excess with my hands, no scissors, and I'm going around the edges with Tim Holtz sanding block just to make things a little smoother and to remove the little bits I didn't get with my fingers. So I'm speeding up the drying time with a heat tool, and I will apply a coat of clear gesso for two reasons. One, to protect my paper, and the second one is so that I can easily move my watercolors around. And the clear gesso provides a gritty surface, and the paint and the water will grab onto it, which is awesome, and it won't warp my paper underneath because it is protected. The idea behind this piece is to have happy clouds, happy colorful clouds onto which I will sit a city. So I'm using Neocolor IIs for this, and I absolutely love them. For those of you who are not familiar with that medium, they are great wax pastels, but they are also water soluble, which is pretty unique. And the colors are so vibrant, and I absolutely love them. As you can see, I was moving the board around to get some drippage, and I can also use my heat tool to move some of that ink around or color around. So now that I've applied one coat, and once it dries, it tends to lighten up a little bit. So I went over that with more of my colors to get a more vibrant effect, and also to get kind of like a more depth to my clouds, I should say. To draw in the buildings, I'm using a black Neocolor, and I wanted to create two tiers of buildings, one in the foreground and one further away, and I'm embedding those buildings inside the clouds. These marks that I'm making at the bottom are to represent roots. I think of my cityscapes as a big part of me, of my art, and to me they are alive. So these marks represent roots, much like a tree root system. So that's why I made them peeking underneath the cloud. I'm going to spray some water over that to make them a little bit more vague and not so defined. I didn't want to compete with the buildings. And I love how that black is so opaque and adds such a nice contrast to the bright, bold colors of the clouds. These Neocolors are just fantastic. So now that I'm done the coloring, I'm highlighting some of the clouds with a permaball pen. I'm using the black one to go to trace around each of the colors, but kind of like to the right of each of the clouds. And this is not the effect that I was looking for, so later on I'll rework that, making it worse, but learning throughout the whole thing, because that's what it's all about. And I'm also adding some white highlights with a Sharpie poster paint pen on top of each of the clouds. So here's how I made it worse. I decided to go around each of the clouds, separating each of the colors with a black permaball pen, and that kind of competed with the buildings. I did not like how it looked, but once you start, you gotta kind of keep going. So I decided to add some bright windows to the main building to bring back the cityscape to the foreground because there's so much black happening in the background. I also added touches of bright yellow on the side of the buildings, and I'm going to show you a close-up here of the different parts of this piece. You'll see in the next segment that I've decided to rework the white in this in the clouds, and I figured out how I could have done it much better by using a white Neocolor and diluting it with water, and I love that effect. So in hindsight, this is how I should have done it, but I did not want to redo the piece because, like I said earlier, this is how I am learning. This challenge is perfect for that. So I hope that you've enjoyed this piece. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below, and I will see you later. Bye.